How's it going, folks? Welcome back. Today I want to talk about something that I actually get really passionate about this. I've got down below, lessons can come from anywhere. I am that kind of guy that likes to I'm an information junkie, and as I go through different types of information, I feel that I get inspired, or I get these little tidbits of information that make me better from the strangest of places, whether they're meant to be educational or whether they're just meant to be informational or whatever. Anyway, one of the things I like to do every now and then, I like to listen to the Joe Rogan show on YouTube, and about a week ago, he sat down with Tom Green, and there was a little part of, and I've clipped it together. If you'll give me about 2 minutes to watch this with me, I've clipped this together, and it really applies to everything, not just comedy, which is what they're talking about, but it applies to real estate, it applies to marketing and that kind of stuff. So I really like the way they said it. So give me a second, I'm going to show it to you, and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts on it.
You know what I love about stand-up is I know I'm not sure if this is true at your point, but for me, I still feel like every time I get on stage, I feel like I'm learning something and getting better at it.
Still.
Every single time.
Yeah, me too.
You've done thousands of shows, but then how can I walk off stage and feel like that was the best show? Well, that's what I said the last time. That's what I said the time before. That's what I said the time before. But I love that feeling of like, oh, there's somewhere, we're moving somewhere with this. We're moving we're figuring something out. It's very fulfilling. So.
Well, it's clearly something that the more you do it, the better you get at it. If you're enthusiastic and you're concentrating on it, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Mm-hmm. And the more years you have in, it's like the more data you've processed on how to do it right and how to do it wrong and what to avoid and what to emphasize and all these different things. They just get to a greater and greater understanding of this thing. So really, there is a difference between like 10 years and 20 years, 20 years and 30 years. And really, you really do keep, as long as you really are still passionate about it, you will still get better at it. It's like whatever you're doing, whether it was your public access show or whether it's you doing stand-up or maybe you become an author, whatever the fuck it is, that thing, you just have to really be all in on that thing and really be interested in that thing. And if you are, you're going to get better at it. You're going to get better at it. Just you're going to have bad times and good times and jokes that suck and jokes that are better and some jokes you have to abandon, they're never going to work. You try them, you're like, what is wrong with this? I can't seem to let me just put it aside for a little bit, and you might come back to it 2 years from now. You're like, oh, that tomato joke. And then you go back and then you start fucking around with the tomato bit again. You bring it, you reintroduce it to the crowd. You never know, man. It's like a living forest of ideas. That's what an act is. It's like a life form. I think for a lot of other people, during this time off that have been like on the fence about quitting what they do, I bet a lot of people are going to change course in their career. I bet a lot of people are going to realize, you know what, this could all be just taken away from me. I'm playing it safe, and even though I'm playing it safe, doing something I don't want to do, it still got taken away from me. And I didn't even have a chance to take a chance. I was trying to do this thing and do the right thing and follow my degree, and now they're going to go, since this can be taken away from me at any time, I'm going to do what I want to do. Yeah. I'm going to try to find out how to make a career at whatever their interest is, whether it's making tents or fucking painting, whatever it is.
So here's a couple of things, and I'm going to kind of run this down the way that they put it in order that they put it in the video, and thank you for bearing through that with me. So every time you do whatever it is, you get better. Look, I've been in real estate for a decade now and marketing for longer than that. And I agree with them wholeheartedly. I think if you're truly, and again, this brings me to the second point, if you're truly passionate, if you're truly enthusiastic about something, if you believe in what you're doing and your goal is to continue to get better, I think you will always get better. There is no roof, there is no ceiling to how good you can get at something. It continues and should continue to get better. If you're not learning, I'm a lifelong learning fan. If you're not learning, if you're not getting better at whatever your skill set is, I think you're doing yourself a disservice, right? You need to be all in. And by all in, I don't mean blindly. I think you need to believe in what you're doing, and that's part of what makes you better. And then, of course, and I say this, accept that some things will suck. Some things you try will suck. Some things that you do will suck, and you need to be able to accept that criticism and pivot. Gary Vaynerchuk said several times now, one of his favorite things is I respect a manager or president of a company that can do something for 6 months and then change directions. And what he means by that is you need to constantly evaluate what you're doing, your marketing, your different things that you're doing. And if it's not working, or if it's not what you thought it could be, or whatever, you need to pivot and do something else. Sometimes we get a little bullheaded. I'm just as bad as everybody else, but you need to constantly evaluate that kind of stuff. Your goal in marketing, in real estate, in whatever it is you're doing, I like the way that they apply that to it is a life form, right? You need to give it fertilizer, you need to give it water, you need to give it light, you need to give it the things that it needs to give to grow, right? And a lot of times when we talk about marketing, it's really your time, it's you. If you would just give you your uniqueness, that kind of stuff, and you've heard me talk about this before, if you give of yourself and you do it in a positive way and you give it time, right? Time is what people want from us. It will grow. Your marketing will grow, that kind of things, or that kind of thing. Agree that one of the things that we should all take away from the time that we're currently living in, being the COVID-19 world, that this is an opportunity to take a chance. I truly believe that opportunity comes from times like this, and it's hard to say that, okay, this is a bad thing and, opportunistic and that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. From a business standpoint, from a marketing standpoint, you have an opportunity that you may not have had in the recent past or in the past to take a chance that you might not have would have if you've been laid off or your business is down. Take a chance to grow it, to regrow it, to do something that you want to do, that you're passionate about. And it's really important to seize those opportunities because they don't come around too often, and you just got to take advantage of them. Anyway, I thought it was really not only inspiring but educational, so I wanted to talk to y'all about it. If you come across something like this that you want to get my opinion on, or whether it's, again, marketing or not marketing, real estate or not real estate, if it's just something that you thought might apply and you want to get my thoughts on it, send it over to me. I'm happy to take a look at it and give you my thoughts on it. We might even have a Zoom call and talk about it. Have a great day. Stay safe. We'll talk to y'all again soon.